Well, we're at Lake Badin, and I'm almost on my first waypoint. And I stopped at like 2 or 3 places, and I ain't getting no bites. And I believe it's around late fall, but it's in December, late fall, early winter. But I'm not seeing what I'm hoping to see of what the bass may be doing. I have seen them on my graph, and they are extremely low. Right now I'm throwing a fluke, hopefully maybe get a bite or two. And I see this lay down cover right here, it looks real good for maybe flipping a jig. But I threw a jig earlier, I wasn't catching nothing. Silk. This is kind of, it looks tannic water on the outside, but it's really clear. You can see down about 2 feet, so that makes me a little curious. It's almost white water. So we're gonna see if we can get a bite today. We're in the second hour, the first waypoint. I stopped because I seen a group of fish right at the dam. I wanted to see if I could catch them, but with no luck, I couldn't. That looks like a perfect spot to flip a jig. Man, that looks good. But we're going to round this corner, and when we round this corner right here, there's a channel that runs through, and we're going to see if we can fish the secondary point creek arm. But I think that's where we'll concentrate our most of our fishing tomorrow. But as far as right now, I just want to get some sleep, maybe take a shower, because it's been a long, hard day. But day 2 is soon approaching. What I throwed today? Well, I threw top. Actually, I didn't throw top water. I actually threw suspending baits. I threw some jerk baits. I threw some crankbaits, shallow water crankbaits. Because of the water clarity, it's within 2 to 3 foot range, so they can pretty much see. It's usually a clear lake, so yes, it's pretty bad. As a clear lake, it was dingy because it had rained for about 2 or 3 days, and there's a cold front coming through, so that's bad too. Tomorrow it's going to be a really bad day because it's going to be cold, but we are looking forward to having that. Tomorrow morning, I know that it's going to be a hard bite because it's going to be extremely cold. Me personally, I know not to fish deep water in cold weather because the bite is extremely hard. What I'm going to do is, first thing in the morning, I will fish deep water because, to my notion, if the bass are there, if the striper are there, go for it. You know, get a bite, period, and then move to the second waypoints, third waypoints. I have probably about 15 more waypoints. I only hit like 5 or 6 today, but it's looking good. But tomorrow I'll be more pumped up, more ready to go. Everything's looking good. Tackle. This is what I'm throwing tomorrow. Deep water, I am throwing the drop shot. I'm going, because the bass, they're suspended in 100 feet of water between, and that might not be a good choice, but I mean, I don't have many choices to choose. I don't have many things that can get 60 feet deep and suspend at 60 feet deep in 100 feet of water. So drop shot seems like the best idea at the time. So, and I did some flipping. I actually I threw some shaky heads. I threw some spinnerbaits and a lot of other things that naturally correlate with cold water. And because from the start I went with a shallow water presentation, because the water was warm in the morning, but then it started getting a little colder throughout the day. I went to secondary creek arms and back in the shallows, nothing. Every time I see fish, they were shallow in the creek arm. And this morning, when I was traveling down from the ramp, I saw a lot of bass. I mean, 50 to 60 chasing bait fish in 100 foot of water. It was wild because I've never seen that before. You know, I'm used to banging the banks big time, just hitting the banks like crazy, but this is the first time, and it's wild, and it was back-breaking work. I think a few people caught some fish, but nothing really with any size to them. And I think that's the main player this weekend, is that fish will be caught, but they won't have much size to them. They won't be the 16 to 17 inch bass like we're used to seeing in the summer and the springtime. They're going to be 10 to maybe 12 inches long. But this lake produces big bass. And like Sharon Harris and others around the area of North Carolina, this is considered a big bass lake.